I'm in my go yard, you go girl. I'm in my go yard, you go girl. I'm in my go yard, you go girl.
Hi everyone, welcome to the virtual vision board party. Now I'm so excited about this event because vision board night is like my favorite night. It's like up there, it comes second to my birthday. Yeah, definitely second. And I say that because it's the time of the year where you can plan what you want the rest of your year to look like. What goals you want to have, what goals you don't want to have, what you want to bring in from last year to this year. Like, I just look at it as a blank canvas. And I actually posed that question a couple of months ago in my story. I said, what would you do if you had the ability to start over completely? Blank canvas. I mean, totally, completely. You don't have any factors, anything. What would you do with your life? What would be your interest? What would you like? And as you're thinking about these things, it's like, dang, what do I like? Do I still like this? Do I still like that? Or do I want to try something new? So that is what I want you all to keep in mind when we're doing our vision board night. Now, me typically, I would take my vision board that I had from each year and I would just build on top of it, which that's a very cute concept because there are certain things from the previous years that I'm not going to let go. And I've been in the gym too, so we're close, we're close. But what I decided to do this year was a little bit different. I didn't get my pictures from Pinterest. I didn't get them from Lemonade. Didn't get them from Google. Basically because, like, I feel like we all have those same pictures. I can guarantee you, Lori Harvey's back is on like a million girls' vision boards, and all of us are going to get it this year. But I decided to take some clippings from magazines, and I wanted to actually have a canvas, a blank canvas, to do my vision board this year. This gives me a way to be creative because I cut out some really, really cute pieces that were eccentric, vibrant, things that kind of just describe me. And I am so excited for Vision Board Night, and we have some great questions, some a bit intrusive, but we will answer the questions and we'll get to know each other a little bit better this year. So again, welcome to Vision Board Night, and sit back, relax, grab your tea, and take a sip with me. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be? Such an interesting question. I would probably say, if I had to choose, and this is a place, because I try to think of like somewhere I haven't been before, like, because I'm quick to be like the big bag. The foodie in me, that's a better saying. The foodie in me is like, oh, I would rather be in somewhere Caribbean, somewhere where it's spice. But I would definitely say, if I was to choose an area that I could be in right now, it would possibly be. Oh, that's such a hard question because January is such a hard month to think about like where I would want to be because it's so cold and it's so rainy. So the easy thing would be like, oh, somewhere tropical, but honestly, it's even cool in places like the Bahamas and things of that sort around this time. So I am gonna go with the latter. I'm gonna say the North Pole. I had so much fun while I was there. But no, seriously. Okay, if I had to choose a place where I would like to be, I would definitely say the UK. Yeah, the UK. And if you're wondering why the UK, have you all seen their makeup? Have you all seen their hair? Like, I just want to go over there and get me like a little crash course. Like, tell me how you guys do it. I remember when I was in Jamaica, I met these girls from the UK. Oh, I wish I would have got. It was this one girl. Y'all, when I say she was so funny because like she was just like me. Like I looked at her and I said, I don't know what's wrong with you, but whatever it is, I like it. But we end up going like our separate ways. It was when we was doing a dolphin encounter, and I think I was going to do my pictures and get my pictures, and they had already left. And I was like, dang, I didn't get a chance to get their Insta. But it was so funny because you don't really know you have an accent until you hear somebody mock your accent. And she was like, she just put a little bit too much cornbread on my accent though, because I always say I feel like I sound like a bag. I can't even talk. I always say that I feel like I sound like a bag of cornmeal, but she put a little bit too much cornmeal in that. She was like, "Where you from?" And I'm like, I do not sound like that. Like I know that I have a little accent, but I'm not that country. I done dropped the O. But yeah, so we'll go with UK. Now, they may eat beans and toast, but baby, they also be bacon. That makeup be like, oh my god, chef's kiss. What is a quote or phrase that I live by? Now, this quote I got from my grandmother, Willie Lee Ball, and she would always say, "Just keep living, you'll see." Now, when she used to say that back when she was alive, I used to just be like, "Ugh, here we go again," Because if you know my grandmother, you know that she used to always speak in parables. But it's so funny because I find myself being more and more and more and more and more like her each day because I just it's so to me it's so cliche. I know it's so cliche, corny, whatever you want to call it, but I can't help myself from sounding like a walking advertisement board, like, oh, today's a brighter day, tomorrow, like. So it's so funny because the one thing I used to be like, oh, good, no, we don't want to hear that. It's kind of like how I live my life now. And she would always say, just keep living, you'll see. So back then I used to hear that and I used to be like, she basically saying, just keep living, you're going to find out, like, FAFO. That's what I would think. But now that I'm a little bit older and I live life, I think basically what I know, or my perspective of what she was saying was just keep living, you'll see. Like, you don't always have to know the answer right now. You don't always have to make that connection. As you go on each day, the pieces of the puzzle will always fall into place. So I think that's so prevalent, especially since tonight we are doing a virtual vision board. That, like, just keep living. Like, I can sit here and I can put every picture, every clipping from a magazine that I like, but it takes me living each day to see those seeds be planted, to see those seeds grow into flowers, into a garden, and things of that sort. So I wanted to share that quote with y'all. And to my grandmother, famous quote, just keep living and you'll see. What's one lesson that I learned that has saved my life? It doesn't have to be perfect. And that goes with everything. And that's been so important to me, especially with content, because when I say I am such a perfectionist, I'm like, this needs to be here, this needs to be there. But it takes away the fun in it. And then I also used to be, let me plan this, let me do this, I need to have this. But when I allow myself to just be free and just flow, I have so much ideas that come to mind. And that, wherever I saw that TikTok video, that was the best TikTok video that a type Air could find. Because life is not about perfection. Like, I think some of my most beautiful moments came from chaos. And as crazy as it may sound, but that's why I say, like, I made a post way back when. I was like, I love breakups. I love breakups because after a breakup or after I'm like so upset, mad, sad, or hurt about something, I'm human. I'm gonna cry a little bit. I'm gonna be upset. But then I'm gonna be like, hold on. Light bulb moment. And then I'm like, so it's, if you ever saw Records of Ragnarok, it's that episode, I don't know if you all seen it, it's like when the guy was just, he kept taking hits, but at the end of the day, that was like, it's like all his hits was like powering up for him to do one big power move, and he ended up winning the battle. And I think he was playing against I think he was battling against what episode was it? I want to say he was battling against, who's the person that come and take people, Lives, the one, Grim Reaper. I think he was like battling against somebody that character was like that. But when I say, I was like, that's why I was like, you don't watch anime, you like, dang, that's me right there, ain't it? That's it. Like, but that was the biggest lesson, that it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it. As long as you're doing it genuinely and authentically, the rest will fall into place. And another thing is, do what makes you happy. If you don't take anything from tonight's virtual vision board, do what makes you happy. In my career, I would constantly have to work with people who were trying to figure out their future. And sometimes in life, we factor in so many people, so many obstacles, so many things, and we allow all those things to get in the way of what we really want. We ain't got time for that. Not in this economy. Just imagine if the world was to end tomorrow, and you're like, dang, I didn't get a chance to insert whatever you didn't get a chance to do. I ain't gonna come up with an example because my examples, I immediately go there and then somebody's gonna be like, oh, how does she know that's going on with my life? Because I'm psychic. Because I'm psychic. Go on me now. This is what y'all want to hear, right? Okay, this was a really good question. What inspired me to start sharing my journey online? So, honestly, God. If I'm being 100% honest, you know how when people are like, oh, God is the head of my life, but no, really, I've always been a person that has been vocal, an advocate. My voice has always rang from the mountaintops, and there's a lot that people didn't know about me, and I just feel like it's a way to look in on someone else's journey, because sometimes we see like major celebrities get out and talk about, hey, I did this, hey, I did that, hey, I did that. But you never really understand or see a person's perspective unless you see someone that is equal to you. You see somebody that you know. And a lot of times people think like, hey, so much come so easy to this person, but they never know like the hard work and dedication that it takes to putting stuff together. And basically one thing that I pride myself on is I feel like I lived a lot of lives. Like if I could go down a list, like all the opportunities that I have, all the rooms that I've sat in, it'll be like, dang, you did that. And I've never really just shared a lot of aspects about my life. And I realized like, no, I need to do that, because the more I put myself out there, the more I let people know like, hey, if I'm able to do it, you are too. And if anyone knows me, they know that I am I'm competitive. I am competitive AF. But the thing about me is I'm in competition with myself. So I always look at the previous and be like, okay, what can I do this year that Toni didn't do last year? Like, how can we make it bigger? How can we make it better? And to me, I think showing that mindset to people, let people know, like, you don't have to compete with the next person because you both can get to the top. Like, come on, like, we both can do this. And I feel it was a way for me to show my personality, because naturally, if you know me in real life, like, I was FaceTiming one of my partners. I'm lying. I was FaceTiming somebody that was interested in me at the end of last year. And he told me, he said, have you always been this funny? Yes. I was just a person who used to, like, come in a room and smile, because if I show my true colors, like, y'all don't judge me, ain't it? If I show my true colors, y'all gonna diagnose me, ain't it? But then I got to the point where it's like, that doesn't matter. Like I got so tired of code switching or switching whenever I got into a certain room. It's like, take me either all or nothing. Either all or nothing. And that doesn't mean like each time I'm gonna always come out and be like, because I think sometimes when I go out now and people follow my page, they're expecting like this extra dramatic Toni, and it's like, yeah, I can be her, but I'm also really, really chill, and I just be minding my business. And that was really, it's just a way to showcase myself and just say, be you. Like, no matter who that is, be authentically you, because like at the end of the day, if you can't be yourself, and if you can't be honest with yourself, truly be yourself, truly enjoy your hobbies, truly do things that matter to you, what are you doing it for? Like, if we live our whole entire life doing what social media wants us to do, doing what our parents want us to do, doing what our friends want us to do, like, and then for me, I think in life, I've always been placed to be a leader, and it's like, sometimes, like, I don't want to lead. Don't let me lead. Like, don't look to me for guidance, because you might get me on a day where I just don't care, and I can do stuff, and that's the thing, is like, when I do stuff and I just don't care, I don't advise other people to do stuff and just don't care, because you might not have that same cushion or favoring or something to fall back onto. You can't do what everybody do. And look, and if I am putting a message out there, that is something that I've learned on my end too. You can't do what everyone does. So when I started this journey, it was just a way to highlight and just be like, be me. If there's going to be a loud me, caring me, sassy me, sad me, happy me, no matter what version of me that it is, it's going to be 100% authentically me. And then also what I love about, the journey is, it's ugly, it's chaotic, it's beautiful, but it's still a journey. Like, everything that mapped me to where I am now, good, bad, and different, I wouldn't change anything about it. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because every specific lesson that I went through, I needed. I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for it. I'm like, it's time. I'm like, dang, like, good looking out, God. Because if you would have taught me that lesson in, I would have kept doing it over here. I would have kept doing it. Like, and when I say y'all, I have some crazy lessons. That might just be for my subscription, because when I tell y'all, I can tell y'all stories that gonna make y'all be like, and what happened? And what you do? And where you go? That was it. But I ain't trying to tell on myself. So next question. No, wasn't that fun? And I must say I did a really, really good job of being a little more creative this year. So let's reveal our vision board on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Be careful who you step to. Shit, we don't wait.